One day you're going to get tired, not tired because life is hard, not tired because people hurt you, not tired because things didn't work out. You're going to get tired of waiting, waiting for someone to rescue you, waiting for someone to understand you, waiting for someone to motivate you, waiting for someone to believe in you, waiting for someone to change your life. And that day might be today, because the truth that changes everything is also the truth that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming to save you. I know that's not the comforting message most people want to hear. Most people want to hear that everything will magically work itself out. Most people want to hear that one day someone will arrive and fix everything. A perfect relationship, a perfect opportunity, a perfect friend, a perfect mentor, a perfect moment. But life doesn't work like that. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner your power returns. Because every day you spend waiting for someone else to change your life is another day you're giving away your responsibility. And responsibility is where power lives. The moment you realize that nobody is coming to save you is the moment you stop acting like a victim of your circumstances. You stop asking why life is unfair. You stop asking why other people have it easier. You stop asking why nobody understands you, and you start asking a different question. What can I do right now? That question changes everything, because victims focus on what they can't control. Winners focus on what they can. You cannot control your past. You cannot control what happened to you. You cannot control what people think about you. You cannot control who stays or who leaves, but you can control your response. You can control your habits. You can control your discipline. You can control your standards. You can control the story you tell yourself. And that is more than enough to transform your life. The problem is that many people are addicted to waiting. Waiting feels safer than acting, because when you wait, you don't risk failure. When you wait, you don't risk rejection. When you wait, you don't risk embarrassment. But you also don't grow. You don't evolve. You don't become stronger. You simply stay where you are. And the saddest thing in the world is not failure. It's potential that was never used. It's talent that was never developed. It's dreams that were never pursued. It's a person who spent years imagining a better life, but never took the actions necessary to create it. I want you to imagine something. Imagine that the person you want to become is standing in front of you right now, the strongest version of yourself, the healthiest version, the most confident version, the most disciplined version, the most successful version. Do you think that version of you became successful because someone saved them? No. They became successful because they stopped waiting. They stopped making excuses. They stopped negotiating with their goals. They stopped running from discomfort, and they started doing what needed to be done. Whether they felt like it or not, that's the difference. Most people only take action when they feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation changes with your mood. Motivation changes with the weather. Motivation changes with circumstances. Discipline doesn't. Discipline says, I will do it anyway. Discipline says, my feelings are not in charge. Discipline says, the goal matters more than my temporary comfort. And that is why discipline changes lives. You don't need more motivation. You need stronger standards. You need to stop asking yourself if you feel like doing the work. You need to ask yourself who you want to become. Because every action either builds your future or destroys it. Every action is a vote. Every workout is a vote. Every excuse is a vote. Every healthy choice is a vote. Every act of procrastination is a vote. Every promise you keep to yourself is a vote. You are constantly becoming someone. The only question is whether you're becoming the person you want to be. And here's something nobody tells you. Your life is not changed by big decisions. It's changed by daily decisions. The decision to wake up instead of snoozing the alarm, the decision to go to the gym instead of staying comfortable, the decision to read instead of scrolling, the decision to save instead of wasting, the decision to work instead of complain. These small decisions seem insignificant until years pass. Then suddenly, one person has built confidence, health, discipline, and success, and another person has built regret. The difference wasn't talent, the difference was choices. Every day, again and again. People often ask why they don't believe in themselves, but the answer is simple. You don't trust yourself because you keep breaking promises to yourself. Think about it. If someone constantly lied to you, would you trust them? Of course not. So why would you trust yourself when you continuously tell yourself you're going to change tomorrow and then don't? Every time you abandon your own commitment, you weaken your self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of confidence. Confidence is not thinking you're better than everyone else. Confidence is trusting yourself. Confidence is knowing that when things get difficult, you won't quit. Confidence is knowing that your word means something. Confidence is knowing that you can rely on yourself. That's why nobody can give you confidence. You have to earn it. You earn confidence through action. You earn confidence through consistency. You earn confidence through keeping promises. You earn confidence through becoming the type of person who follows through. And that's why waiting for confidence before taking action is backwards. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. I know some of you are carrying pain. Pain from rejection, pain from failure, pain from heartbreak, pain from childhood experiences, pain from mistakes, pain from opportunities you missed. And maybe you've convinced yourself that because of what happened to you, your future has already been decided. But that's not true. Your past explains you. It does not define you. Read that again. Your past explains you. It does not define you. What happened to you matters, but what you do next matters more. There are people who use their pain as a reason to quit. And there are people who use the exact same pain as a reason to become stronger. The pain was not the deciding factor. The decision was. Every difficult experience contains two possibilities. You can become bitter, or you can become better. You can become weaker, or you can become wiser. You can become a victim, or you can become a creator. The choice belongs to you. And that's the beautiful thing about life. No matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many years you've wasted, no matter how many opportunities you've missed, you still have this moment. And this moment is powerful because a single decision can change the direction of your entire life. Not overnight, but over time. A ship changes its destination with a small adjustment. And your life changes the same way. One decision, one habit, one commitment, one standard. Repeated consistently. That's how transformation happens. Not through magic, not through luck, not through waiting, through action, through responsibility, through self-respect, through becoming the person you've been avoiding becoming. Because the reality is simple. Nobody is coming to save you. And that's not bad news. That's the best news you'll ever hear, because it means your future is not in someone else's hands. It's in yours. And the moment you truly understand that, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for rescue. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, and you begin building the life you deserve right now. Today, with the choices you make after this very moment. Now, let me tell you something that might completely change the way you see yourself. The person you are today is not permanent. Most people live as if their current identity is a life sentence. They say things like, "This is just who I am. I'm lazy. I'm insecure. I'm shy. I'm unlucky. I'm not disciplined. I'm not confident." And then they spend years proving those beliefs correct. But what if those beliefs are nothing more than habits? What if you've simply practiced being that version of yourself for so long that it feels real? Think about it. Nobody is born believing they're not enough. Nobody enters this world doubting their value. Those beliefs were learned. And if they were learned, they can be unlearned. That's where your power is. The moment you stop treating your weaknesses as your identity, you become dangerous because now they are problems to solve, not labels to carry. A lazy person says, I'm lazy. A growing person says, I have lazy habits. One creates hopelessness. The other creates solutions. An insecure person says, I'm insecure. A growing person says, I'm building confidence. One stays stuck, the other moves forward. Your language matters. The words you repeat become the reality you live. If every day you tell yourself you're a failure, your mind will find evidence. If every day you tell yourself you're incapable, your mind will find proof. But if every day you tell yourself you're becoming stronger, your mind starts looking for evidence of growth. That's why rebuilding yourself starts in your mind before it appears in your life, because every action begins as a thought. And here's what most people don't understand. The mind follows repetition, not intelligence, not logic. Repetition. Whatever you repeatedly tell yourself eventually feels true. That's why you have to become careful with your inner voice. Some people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to anyone else. They make one mistake and call themselves useless. They fail once and call themselves failures. They get rejected and decide they're unlovable. They face one setback and convince themselves they'll never succeed. Imagine talking to a friend that way. You wouldn't. So why do you do it to yourself? You are listening to your own voice more than anyone else's. Make sure it's helping you, not destroying you. And let's be honest, some of you are exhausted, not because you've worked too hard, because you've been fighting yourself every day. You want success, but you doubt yourself. You want confidence, but you criticize yourself. You want change, but you resist discomfort. You're trying to move forward while pulling yourself backward. No wonder you're tired. The battle isn't out there. The battle is inside. And once you win that battle, everything outside begins to change. Not instantly, but inevitably. Because your external life always reflects your internal standards. A person who respects themselves sets boundaries. A person who respects themselves takes care of their health. A person who respects themselves keeps promises. A person who respects themselves stops begging for things that don't belong in their life. And that brings me to something important. You have to stop trying to save people who don't want to save themselves. You have to stop trying to fix everyone. You have to stop carrying responsibilities that don't belong to you. Many people spend years trying to rescue others while neglecting themselves. They pour energy into relationships. They pour energy into drama. They pour energy into people who refuse to grow. Meanwhile, their own dreams are starving. Their own potential is starving. Their own future is waiting. And eventually they become resentful. Not because they gave too much, because they gave to the wrong places. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. Your energy is your life. Where your energy goes, your future grows. So invest it wisely. Invest it in learning. Invest it in growth. Invest it in health. Invest it in discipline. Invest it in becoming someone you're proud of. Because the truth is that nobody can build your life for you. A mentor can guide you. A friend can support you. A family member can encourage you. But nobody can do the work for you. Nobody can exercise for you. Nobody can heal for you. Nobody can study for you. Nobody can build your confidence for you. Nobody can create your future for you. That responsibility belongs to you. And once you accept that responsibility, something incredible happens. You stop feeling because powerless people wait. Powerful people act. Powerless people blame. Powerful people build. Powerless people complain. Powerful people create. You become powerful the moment you stop focusing on what you cannot control and start mastering what you can. And maybe right now you're thinking, but my life is difficult. Maybe it is. Maybe you've experienced things that nobody should experience. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you've been abandoned. Maybe you've been betrayed. Maybe you failed. But listen carefully. Your struggles are not a reason to stop. They're a reason to become stronger. Every challenge you've survived has already proven something. You've made it through 100% of your worst days. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still standing. That means you're stronger than you think. Far stronger. The problem is that you've been measuring yourself by your emotions instead of your actions. You feel afraid and assume you're weak. You feel uncertain and assume you're incapable. You feel overwhelmed and assume you're failing. But emotions are temporary. They are visitors. They are not your identity. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action despite fear. Strength is not the absence of struggle. Strength is continuing despite struggle. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. Confidence is moving forward despite doubt. Stop waiting to feel different. Act differently. Your feelings will eventually catch up. And that's what transformation really is. Not becoming someone else, becoming who you were capable of being all along. The strongest version of yourself is not waiting for perfect circumstances. The strongest version of yourself is created during imperfect circumstances, during difficult mornings, during hard seasons, during moments when nobody is watching, during moments when quitting seems easier. That's where greatness is built, not in comfort, not in convenience, in commitment. Years from now, you'll look back on this chapter of your life. You'll either be grateful that you decided to take responsibility, or you'll regret staying the same. The choice belongs to you. And the beautiful thing is that your future doesn't require perfection. It requires effort, consistent effort, repeated effort, daily effort. You don't need to become amazing overnight. You just need to become slightly better today than you were yesterday. Then repeat again and again and again, because small improvements become extraordinary results when enough time passes. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Become the person who saves themselves. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Give yourself reasons to believe in yourself. Stop waiting for confidence. Earn it. Stop waiting for change. Create it. The life you've been dreaming about is not hidden behind luck. It's hidden behind action. It's hidden behind discipline. It's hidden behind responsibility. It's hidden behind the version of you that refuses to quit. And that version is already inside you. The only question is whether you're finally ready to meet them. When you finish listening to this, don't promise yourself you'll change someday. Don't tell yourself you'll start next week. Don't wait for another motivational video. Make a decision, one real decision, one action, one step, one promise you'll actually keep, because your future is being created right now and nobody is coming to save you, which means the power has been yours all along. Now go prove it.